Today we are going to discuss why Krakow mocks are the best for CAT preparation. Well, CAT is less than a month away and it is a good time to take an optimal number of mocks, and it makes more sense to actually take a mock that will be beneficial for you in this final phase of your preparation. So let's get started. Why should you take Krakow mocks? First, video solutions. Each and every question that comes across all the mocks have detailed video solutions, and these video solutions are done by Maruti sir and Saili ma'am. These video solutions are very detailed and you won't have any issue after you go through them in case you're finding a problem with a question. Second, solutions are available immediately. So once you take a mock, once you are done with a mock, you can access the text solutions just after the mock. You don't need to wait till the window is over. So once you are done with the mock, if there is a question where you are facing an issue, just go to the detailed solution and you can find the solution. Third, analysis. Analysis is a very important factor as far as mocks are concerned. If you are taking a mock and it just helps you in strengthening your weaker sections, it is only doing 50% of what it is supposed to do. The other 50% is analysis, and the mock that you are taking should have sufficient tools that help you with that. So let's see how Krakow mocks analysis will help you in your preparation. So we basically have two broad analysis. One is across mock analysis and the second is in mock analysis. So what across mock analysis is, suppose you have taken 10 Krakow dash CAT, so it will show your performance across all these 10 mocks. How this will help you out? You will get to know how your preparation and how confident you were throughout the year, how your mock scores took a leap or it decreased over the period in time. So let's see across one of the very important graphs in across mock analysis. So if you look at this graph, so this important graph is actually plotting your percentile, accuracy and attempts in all the mocks that you have taken in a chronological order. So suppose you took dash CAT 2 first, it will first plot it for dash CAT 2. You took dash CAT 7 second, then it will plot for dash CAT 7. And if you took dash CAT 1 at the end, it will plot it for dash CAT 1. So this graph is very important as far as your performance throughout the year is concerned. Now in this remaining month, if you have not taken Krakow mocks, it is a good time to take these mocks. And suppose you take 6 or 7 mocks or 10 or 11 mocks in this time duration, you will get a very detailed graph as to how your performance is and how it is varying over and across each mock. This is very important because, as we always say, a single mock is not sufficient to say where you stand as far as preparation is concerned. You need to look at least the last 4 to 5 mocks, and this graph will help you out for the same. Let's take a look at the next graph that we have. This is another major important thing about our mocks. While you take mocks, your stronger suits and the weaker sections always comes up, and it is always good to keep you informed about the areas where you should work more in. So this table will give you an exhaustive list of topics where you need to put in additional effort. So these are your weaknesses and these require some improvement from your part. This is again another metric of across mock analysis. Here if you see all the mocks that you have taken, it will be distributed among all the 3 sections and how many you could attempt correctly, how many you couldn't attempt and how many you couldn't attempt correctly. Everything will be displayed in this table, and the more the number of mocks you give, this table will keep increasing, and this will give you a very broad picture of how your mocks have been. So this was all about across mock analysis. Now let's come to the major and more important thing, and that is in mock analysis. So across mock analysis was your performance across all the mocks. In mock analysis is your performance specific to a particular mock that you have taken. So let's go to that section. So in the in mock analysis, we have a lot of features, and I'll try to focus more on those features which will help you a lot in this final phase of your preparation. First, scorecard. You will get a detailed scorecard which will encapsulate every detail about your performance, like how many questions you attempted in quant, how many in VARC, how many questions you got right, how many questions you got wrong, what was your percentile in each and every section. All these features will be there in your scorecard. Difficulty analysis. So what we do in difficulty analysis is we divide the questions that came across all the 3 sections into easy, medium and difficult. So suppose you want to analyze your VARC section, you will get to know how many questions were there in easy, how many questions were there in medium, and how many questions were there in difficult categories, and how many questions from each of these categories you got right, you got wrong, and you couldn't attempt correctly. So some important things to be noted are you shouldn't miss out on an easy question. So if there are 5 easy questions, you should make sure that you should get at least 4 of them right. So this is where this feature will come in handy. And this is available for all sections individually. It's not that you have to look around for a particular section in all the list of difficult questions. They'll be there in a very organized manner across all 3 sections, and you will find it very easy to use this tool. All India performance, thousands of students take our mocks, and you will get to know where you stand among them, in each of different sections, and this will give you a broader view of where you stand among all the aspirants who are taking CAT this year. Time spent analysis, another important feature. Each and every question that you have attempted in this test, or if you have at least gone through the question but you couldn't attempt it, every question will come with a the time you took while solving the question, the time which the toppers took while solving the question, and the average time which the people who got this question right, they took to solve this question. So you can also compare that even if you got a question right, if there was some easier approach which other people took and which you were not aware of. These things are very important as far as CAT is concerned. CAT is an examination which tests you in a time-bound environment, and if there is the scope of reducing the time taken in a particular question or particular set, you should go for it. The last 2 features are very important as far as analysis is concerned. We have the Krakow matrix and we have the timeline graph. So let's go into details into these 2 features. This is the Krakow matrix. So what we do in the Krakow matrix, suppose this is your DILR paper, right? So in this DILR paper, the different topics that were tested were Venn diagrams, scheduling, puzzles, truth lie, and DI miscellaneous. Now what we will do is, based on your attempts and based on your accuracy in these particular topics, based on the questions you attempted in these topics, each topic will be assigned a place in this plane. So if you see in this plane, the x-axis is basically your attempt rate and the y-axis is your accuracy. Now what we have tried to do is, we have tried to divide it into 4 quadrants. So if you see this quadrant, if any of your topics fall in this quadrant, this means that in this topic you have high accuracy as well as high attempt. This is your stronger suit. High accuracy and high attempt, you should definitely go for these questions in the CAT, because a high accuracy shows that you know how to solve these questions, and a high attempt shows that you are confident while solving these questions. So you should definitely go for these questions in the actual examination. Going to the second quadrant, here you have a low attempt rate and a high accuracy. What does this mean? Well, a low attempt rate definitely means that you do not feel too confident while attempting these questions. That's why you fail to attempt more than 50% of these questions. So suppose in Venn diagrams you have a low attempt. This means that you are not that confident while attempting a Venn diagram question. But this high accuracy also comes into picture, and this means that once you attempt that question, you have a high accuracy, you have an accuracy greater than 50%. This means that you know how to solve that question, just that you are not that confident in this question. What you need to do, you need to practice more questions from these topics. If we go to the third quadrant, this quadrant is low accuracy and low attempt. This is basically the region where your weaker sections lie. Now there are 2 things that you can do. Either you can work hard on these weaker sections and get strong in them, or you can try to skip them. Now a suggestion would be, do not completely skip a topic. As far as VARC is concerned, if your RC comes in this region, it is not advisable to skip RCs, because RCs form approximately 70% of your paper. You need to work on them. But as far as a topic that is not very important is concerned, well, don't skip it completely. Try to know the basics. Do not go into much detail about it, but try to know the basic formulas and basic concepts. Try to solve 5 to 10 questions from that topic so that you do not miss sitters while you are giving the CAT. If there is a question that is very difficult from this topic, it's fine if you miss it. Now coming to the fourth quadrant, this is the region where your attempt is high but your accuracy is low. This is a region that should be avoided, because in this, the topics that lie in this region, you feel that you are confident in this, you feel that you know how to solve these questions, but you end up getting less than 50% of them right. This means that either you increase your accuracy in this section, and that will be done by practice, or you need to attempt these questions wisely. You need to know which questions you actually can get right and try to solve those questions, because it doesn't make sense to attempt a lot of questions and get most of them wrong. So if a major chunk of your questions falls in this region, it will definitely reflect very negatively on your performance, and this is something you cannot afford. Let's go to the timeline graph. This is a new feature that we have implemented on our mocks, and our students are loving it. So I think many of you will be able to relate to this. After you are done with a mock, suppose you got a very poor score in VARC, and you think that, well, I started the paper well, where did I go wrong? And it's very difficult to replicate the exam environment after the exam is over. So this is kind of a replica of what happened during the examination. In this graph, if you see that there were 40 minutes in this section, so across the 40 minutes, if we see, we have divided this into different time slots. So suppose in the first 5 minutes, suppose this is the 5-minute mark. So if you can see that in the first 5 minutes, you got 2 questions right. In the next 10 minutes, you got 3 more questions right. So you will get to know in which part of your paper you attempted more questions, in which part of your paper you attempted more questions correctly, and where you got more questions wrong. This will help you go through the paper once again, how your mock went, and this will help you to judge at which part of the mock you actually started losing confidence and focus, and you started losing your scores at that point from the mock. So you should definitely go through this graph. This graph has a lot to say to you about your performance. It has 3 things marked: the number of questions you viewed, number of questions you got right, number of questions you got wrong. If you see this region towards the end of the paper, this graph shows that there were 5 different questions that were answered, and this was kind of in the last 7 to 8 minutes. So you know that this was a part of the paper where you actually gave a good performance. So this graph provides you with a lot of information about how you actually went about your mock, and not only concept wise, and how confident you were in different parts of the mock, and psychologically how you were prepared in different parts of the mock. So let's move on. This is the question analysis. So this is the third part of our analysis. In the question analysis, each and every question that was given in the mock has these figures associated with it. So it will show you how much time in seconds you took to solve this question. What was the difficulty level of this question? Easy, medium, or difficult? And this difficulty level is something that will help you know if you are missing out on an easy question, or if you are correctly attempting a lot of difficult questions. It will also show you the average time spent by all the people who attempted this question, and also the average time spent by those students who got this question right. You can compare the time taken by you with this figure, and this will provide you with a lot of interesting conclusions as to whether there was a better approach to solve the question. In that case, go ahead and check the video solution or the text solution, whether you were aware of a very good solution and others took a lot of time compared to you. And so you should know that this is a particular approach which I should definitely keep in mind while I am giving the CAT examination. And this is the time spent by the toppers in this question. So there are a lot of figures associated with it, and this will really be useful for you. Now let us look at some of the other features why you should take Cracku mocks. Ask doubts. The text solution is very detailed and comprehensive. The video solutions are again very detailed, and they are taken by Maruti sir and Saili ma'am. Even after the text solutions and the video solutions, if you are still stuck in a question, or if you want to know if there is a different approach to solve a question which is kind of a difficult question, well, go ahead and ask a doubt. It's not a tedious process. Just click on ask doubt, enter your doubt, and click enter. Someone from our team will definitely answer your doubt at the earliest possible. So this is a very important feature of Cracku mocks. Any doubt you have, any doubt, there is no limit to the number of doubts that you can ask. Just go ahead and ask them, and those will get answered. Well, this is the month of November, and a good amount of time should be given to revision. But if you are someone who still needs to take a lot of mocks and be done with the revision as well, you need to find out a way in which the revision will take a relatively lower time than it would have taken otherwise. So that's where these two features come in handy. First, you can bookmark questions while solving them. You took a mock, you found that 5 questions were difficult, bookmark them. At a later point in time, you can get a list of all the bookmark questions. Whenever you want, you can see them and you can revise from them. The second feature is something that we have implemented right now, and students are already enjoying this feature because this is a very important feature as far as revision is concerned. Well, this feature was asked by a lot of our students and we made sure that we make this feature for them, and this feature is really important. So what happens here is, suppose you have taken 15 mocks, and in these 15 mocks there were so many topics, so many sections, and at the end of November, so suppose a week is left for CAT and you do not feel that confident in, suppose, geometry, what you can do is, there will be a button where get dash cat questions by topic is written. Click on that button and you will be redirected to a page where there will be a list of topics section wise. Select a topic and you will get a list of questions from all the dash cards that you have taken from that particular topic, and each question will be associated with whether you had attempted it right when you had attempted the dash card, whether you got it wrong, or whether you couldn't attempt it. All these details will be marked along with the question, and most importantly, these questions are topic wise. So this is something that comes in handy while you are doing your revision. We suggest that in all the sections, in all the topics that you find difficult, make sure and use this feature and you will be well prepared in that topic. So here we have tried to encapsulate some of the very interesting and useful features of DashCats. There are also CAT free mocks, go ahead and check them. And these features, if you like these features, make sure that you get access to the DashCats. For getting access to the DashCats, so you can pay rupees 399 and have access to 10 DashCats, 10 sectionals each of VARC, DILR and QA. Make sure you check this out. Just for rupees 399, you get access to 10 DashCats with video solutions and all the features that I have said in this video. Along with that, you get access to 10 sectionals each from all the sections VARC, DILR and QA, and these sectionals will help you gauge a preparation plan in each of the different sections. Make sure to check them out. Well, I have tried to encapsulate all the interesting and helpful features of DashCats in this video. Now let's go ahead and listen to some of our previous students who went on and aced the CAT examination. Let us hear them as to what they have to say about the DashCats.
So Krakow helped me a lot in my preparation, daily targets, and then even the mocks, which are, I would say, at par with what we have in CAT exam. And definitely Saili ma'am and Maruti sir's explanation and the way they teach the concepts, that is wonderful.
This is where I think Krakow really helped me a lot, because even in the sectionals as well in the mocks, the sets were very concise, very short, but they were entirely logic based for DLR and all the mocks. And even mocks are really great. Certain video solutions by Maruti sir are really helped me to understand.
Especially the mocks, when it comes to the case of Krakow, I feel Krakow mocks are next to nobody. Krakow quant sectionals, especially, they were in line with the actual CAT examinations. This helped me be on par with the CAT actual examination as well.
So Krakow mocks were really useful in that I had no idea what the CAT was going to be like. I had taken a couple of practice mocks, but the Krakow mocks were in a really the same format as the CAT is. So that was very nice to understand the screen.
And I can say VRC, this probably could be the largest resources area that I can find for CAT preparation. And apart from that, there used to be another section for daily targets. There used to be another section for sectionals, mocks. Right. So including all this, it will be more than enough for a person to solve all these questions and improve their marks.
I also started with Krakow daily targets, and then I took Krakow mocks, and Krakow mocks have been really helpful to me for my preparations.
Hope you like this video. Make sure that you check out this. You'll get access to 10 DashCats and 10 sectionals each from the different sections. Thank you.